Hey guys, welcome to the Football Matters live watch of the final group stage in the Olympics with Australia versus Egypt. I'm your host Faz. I'm joined as always by the ever knowledgeable and, as we learnt last live watch, the double-footed Brendan. How you going, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Good to be out of lockdown.
Finally.
Finally, and as always, we are joined by Jules as well. Jules, mate, you doing well?
Yeah, doing okay.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. So we're looking forward to the game. Obviously, yeah, the final group match. I guess the it's pretty simple, isn't it? Win and we go through. I think a
Would a draw get
draw
us through?
a draw could get us through, barring the result, and a loss would make it quite difficult. But
Because I
I
see Spain
think,
beating Argentina personally.
well, if Spain beat Argentina, then a draw should get us through. So, but yeah, I think a win would definitely, obviously, get us through. So, what are we thinking, Brendan?
It's possible. It's possible. That Spain team, I'd fancy them to beat Argentina actually.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, draw should be enough, but you don't want to take chances.
no, no, and we're looking at the lineups before. I'll read them out.
We're
For
above Argentina on goal difference, so
Yeah, well, we'll get to that shortly about the importance of only losing 1-0. But I'll read the teams out first. So with the Olyroos, we've got Tommy Glover in goals. Again, I think he's done a tremendous job the first two games. We've got Rouse, who's Kai Rouse, who will replace the suspended Atkinson at right back. Sutar and Deng, the solid centre backs that they've done really well, and Joel King at left back. In the midfield, we'll have Jean Roux and Metcalf, who both played the first two games as well, and a first start for Dylan Pierres from Western United, who is obviously replacing the suspended.
McGree.
Duke.
Yes, you're right, McGree. Yeah, well, we'll get to that one as well. And then we've got Marco Tilio, who gets his first start. Who's replacing the suspended Arzani, and then D'Agostino obviously replacing Duke, who's suspended up front. So looks a pretty pacey lineup with no real big strong centre forward, but plenty of pace across the park. Jules,
How big is Duke? Is he usually a strong centre forward?
he's solid. Like he's a solid man. I'm not too sure he'd be a.
Most of it,
Yeah, sorry, go.
Because most of our midfield and forward line seems to be more built around sort of smaller, pacier type players.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where
Like
we'll
in terms of
get
our
the
23
advantage.
in
And
the club,
obviously,
we have some beefy centre backs, but like overall, we seem to be more focused on sort of like pace and technique as opposed to like physical strength, just in terms of what Arnie selected.
well, I think personally that's fair enough, because when you think about with the actual senior national team, where we have McLaren possibly playing up front, you really need to have your game plan based around that, that pacey, through balls and proper football, rather than your long hops, and your direct football. So the Egyptian lineup now, I've gone through it, and there's not really any names that stand out overly. A lot of them play in the, what do we say, the Egyptian League. Is that what you said before, Jules? A lot of them play in the.
Yeah, there's one. The former West Brom player. He currently plays in the
Yep.
Saudi League, and then the other 22 are from the Egyptian League. They haven't thrown in like
Yep.
Al Neni. They haven't thrown in Mo Salah. They haven't thrown in Trezeguet from Aston Villa. They haven't really
Yeah.
beefed up the team. It's kind of just your standard. Just let's go from our own domestic league.
Yeah, and really the familiar name was Higazi, who obviously played at West Brom.
Yeah, he's a former Premier League player.
Yeah, former Premier League player, but
He'll definitely challenge our forward line.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's. Yeah, I think it looks like a team, a beatable team from our point of view. I think we should be looking at getting the chocolates here, Brendan.
Yeah, I agree. I still think it will be a close game. I think it will be a one goal. But yeah, you'd fancy Australia to get the result here, especially after the way we played against Argentina.
Yep,
If we
for
play like
sure.
that, we'll get the result.
Yeah, for sure. So we've just got a few comments here. So we've got one from one of our fan favourites, as always, Mitch. We know you're watching. Evening, Faz, Brendan, Jules. All the best for the show tonight. Wishing everyone luck. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate the
No
luck.
problem.
Sometimes it can be a bit hard when you're doing a live show, but we appreciate the thoughts. Let's save a bit of luck for the Olyroos too, because it'd be great if we can get out of our group. A bit of change of topic here from Josh. Boys, Varane was confirmed at United. What are our thoughts? Now, Brendan, I'll let you start with this one. What are your thoughts there?
It's a bug. They got him for a bug. It's just like he's one of the best centre backs in the world. We already know this, but the fact they only got him for 35 million plus
I
10 million
couldn't
in
believe
add-ons
it. I
is
couldn't believe it.
ridiculous.
I had to refresh.
Like that's ridiculous.
I refreshed the page 5 times on that. 35 million, surely not. That's ridiculous for a player of his
Absolutely
quality.
ridiculous.
In today's mate, hopefully maybe this is a sign in the COVID era that maybe a bit cheap. We're not going to see the ridiculous fees, but yeah, I couldn't believe it. And a partnership with Harry Maguire. I mean, that's going to be pretty potent, I think, for United this season.
Yeah, still question marks about which goalkeeper they're going to go with, though. If they're going to go with De Gea or Henderson, or now because they've signed Tom Heaton from Burnley. Now he's in the question too, but
yeah,
so
no,
like
for
they
sure that
they still have that question mark, and they still really, for me to say that to win for them to basically guarantee the league title next season, they have to sign a CDM, and like not just an average CDM, like a world class or a young prospect CDM.
dare I say Declan Rice. So we've got another one, Corey here, who is also a big fan. Getting great feedback from Corey. Really good bloke. So yeah, fellas, I agree with Mitch. All the best with the stream. Looking forward to your insight. Yeah, terrific. Thanks a lot. We appreciate the kind words and the feedback. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, we're just 3 blokes sitting here talking football. And our insights are probably no better than people asking the questions here, but it's really good to have a platform where we can talk about the world game that we love. So thanks, Corey. Enjoy the watch. Another one from Josh. Sancho and Varane for 110 versus White and Pepe for like 150. Mate, he's right. What is it? I actually had a mate send a text to me the other day saying the England tax. Where was it? I'll say, yeah, the England tax. So you had Ben White going for 50 million basically because he's English. Now we understand that you've got to have a certain amount of English players on your roster or your books or whatever, but you're talking Varane versus White, 35 versus 50. Come on,
I know, right?
Yeah,
Varane should have been like 80.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Well, then you look at like Harry Maguire, who went for 80 not that long ago. So I honestly can't believe it. Please, anyone want to comment and if anyone can explain to me the logic behind him going there for 35 million, please, because I actually don't get it. It's crazy. And Josh again, Heaton's the third choice. Yeah, I agree. I think Heaton would be the third choice keeper, possibly a cup keeper. But yeah, I think it's for United. The choice would be out of De Gea and Henderson. I'd be leaning towards Henderson personally. I think United should have cashed in on De Gea when they had the chance. Maybe they still got a chance. Maybe they can still cash in on him now. But definitely Heaton's the third choice for sure. All right. So about 5 minutes away from kickoff. I'm actually quite excited, to be honest. We know the Olyroos don't make the Olympics all that often, so it's even rarer that we. Yeah, so to actually make it is a credit in itself, but we don't get out of our group. Like I think 2004 was the last time we got out of our group. So that's
2008 we didn't score a goal.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Yeah, it was like a
absolutely
scoreless draw and
crazy.
then a couple of losses, and that was it. But that was
Yeah.
kind of like the
Now
dark.
the
Well,
other
not dark of the soccer league, but
the other great thing that we've about the cup the group stage format is we've actually got the other game on live as well, the Spain Argentina, so we can keep an eye on that. Whether it's goal difference or a point here might be enough to get us through. I don't know. That'll be exciting in itself to watch. But we mentioned before, Jules. You mentioned before that we're on top of Argentina by goal difference.
yeah.
Do you
So
think do you think
we
it could come down to
draw an
that?
Argentina, so if we draw an Argentina draw, we go through. If
Yeah,
we draw an Argentina beat Spain, we go through. Um, if we draw in Spain, if we draw, no, hang on, if we actually get a draw, we go through regardless of what the other result is. Because if Argentina beats
fantastic.
Spain, Spain go third. If it's a
Yeah,
draw, Argentina stay third. And if Spain win, Argentina stay third.
yeah.
So a draw literally guarantees us a spot in the knockout stage. That's literally all we need.
Oh, good. Draw or win, so it probably won't come down to
So
goal difference then.
so it really, yeah, because if we draw and Spain lose, Spain and Australia both on 4 points,
Yeah,
and we're same on goal difference, but we'd be ahead on goals 4.
yeah. No,
So
that's exciting in itself.
so these results have actually gone very much in our favour. All we need is a draw against Egypt.
Well,
That's very
it
doable
actually reminds
because
me.
Egypt aren't exactly world beaters.
It actually reminds me very similar to, you think back to the 2006 World Cup, where we beat Japan 3-1 in the first game and then lost to Brazil 2-0. I remember Gus Hiddink saying that when you lose a game in cup football, in group stage football, you need to make sure that you always keep a positive goal difference. So if you can keep a goal difference to 0 or a positive. So when we beat Argentina 2-0 and then we lose 1-0 to Spain. I mean, 1-0 is a good loss. I mean, if we had have lost 3-4-0, anything, could have been a completely different story. But having that
Yeah, then we would probably need to get like a 2-3-0 win tonight to
yeah. So having that small loss
type
kind of
screen
gives us a little
ourselves.
bit of leeway. So similar to the 2006 World Cup, where we 3-1 against Japan, 2-0 against Brazil, and all we needed was a draw against, was it Croatia, and we got through to the next stage. And I think
Yeah,
this is
Croatia.
this is very similar to that. So we've got Josh joining us. How are you, Josh?
What's up, boys? Probably looking forward to the game.
Yeah, no, it should be a good one. Should be a good one. Now, maybe it's just my old age here, but I have a massive issue. I spoke about it a couple of days ago. I've got a massive issue with the Channel 7 setup of the Olympics. Fantastic that they're doing it all, but it is so hard to find what you want to find.
Yep, I'm having trouble finding
other day,
the
we're watching
Australian game currently. It keeps putting me on the Argentina game. Oh, here we go. Took
Yeah,
long
we're
enough.
watching
It's
the
fine.
game the other day.
So you missed some games.
Dad and I were watching it the other day, and it changed over all of a sudden to like swimming or something. And then I know my friends were watching the swimming, and it changed to table tennis, and then the badminton, then to rowing, then to skateboarding, all in the space of like 4 minutes. It was.
Yeah, well, we don't want to get the Channel 7 head honchos coming to hunt us down or anything. But I mean, I was watching it today, and they cut out from some heats to show the chase or whatever it was. So fantastic. Hey, Birchie, welcome aboard, my
What's up,
friend.
Birchie?
The lads, very excited, mate. Very excited. Good to have you. Love Birchie. Great bloke. Great bloke. Yeah. So,
It'd be good to get Birchie on one day.
oh mate, we'd have to censor it, I reckon. That'd be an after hours 18+ show, I reckon. Love the Birch. Yeah, so Brendan, so you've got it up now.
Yep.
What are you thinking?
Look, Egypt have a lot of red cards. I mean, a lot of yellow cards. Australia have a lot of yellow cards.
Yeah.
So but I think both teams will be seeing that and be kind of like not rushing into tackles, which is
No.
kind of a good thing because that will play into our hands, I think, with the pace that we've got.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, it should be good.
For sure. For sure.
And after that Spain game too, I'm actually coming to the Egypt game more confident because I thought Spain were going to pump us. We were seeing their lineup and how we actually played against them. We played really well, so I'm going into this
Yeah.
basically
Uh,
half expecting to win, and the other half is a draw
Yeah.
at
My
worst.
only thing with this Australia squad is it's kind of similar to the Socceroos squad in such as we don't have a basically number 9 that you can rely on to score goals. You know,
Mm.
like, you know, Spain, okay, they didn't score, but they had a guy who you would know would score goals. I don't see, like, I can see us playing well defensively. Maybe this game, but against Spain, like, I didn't see anybody really that could have, that we had. Again, Tilio, yes, he scored a really good goal against Argentina, don't get me wrong. But, like,
Argentina.
you know, a person you think of that when you think of the game that's going to score the goals. We don't have that really in the Socceroos squad. As well, we have Taggart, we have McLaren and Boyle, but like they're not going to score like, against like Brazil or anything, you know. And we don't really, for me, we don't really have that in this team. Like somebody, yeah, D'Agostino might score tonight, might pop up with a goal or two, but when you think of them, you don't. For me, I'm not confident that we're going to have anyone that we know is going to score. You think of any team,
Uh,
you think of France, and Mbappe is almost going to score every bloody game. You know?
Well, we haven't really had a consistent goal scorer. We haven't really had a consistent goal scorer since Timmy Cahill. So it's kind of, we are obviously looking for a
And we
bit of
rode
a
him until
mix.
in
And
his late 30s.
sorry, say that again, Jules.
We rode him out until he was in his late 30s because we didn't have anyone
Yeah,
else.
yeah, not wrong, not wrong.
Like nothing against Tim personally, he should have been replaced as the man like 5 years earlier than he was.
We
We've got
didn't
a
have
got
anyone
a
to replace him.
got a comment here from Luke
Well, that's the
Baniowski.
problem. We didn't develop a goal scorer to replace Cahill, and we should have done so back in like the early 2010s.
You're right, we didn't, but we'll
When all
get
the
to that
golden generation
questions.
players were going off.
So from Luke Baniowski, the Polish superstar. Howdy, fellas. Question for Faz. Where'd you snag that Socceroos jersey? Looking to get one for my mate Hong. Shout out to Hong out there. He had a bit of a rough day today, young Hong, but look after yourself, buddy. This it's a League Tees shirt. Wonderful shirts. Fits well. I think yeah, you can pick those up anywhere. Just look up League Tees. Fantastic. And another one from Mitch. Hey Faz, he's up on the chase. Quality show for us intellectuals out there that aren't that great at sport. Not everyone's got the sporting prowess of Big Faz. Cheers, mate. Don't sell yourself short. You're an absolute superstar. I've seen you on the field, mate. You're a legend. As far as intellectual shows go, that's not my bag. So I'll leave that to the intelligent people out there. Thanks, Mitch. So obviously we've obviously had kickoff a few minutes ago. Egypt look like they're attacking. They're attacking quite aggressively. What's been your thoughts to start with, Brendan?
Don't like what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
We need to come out and
agreed.
like go for this game, not sit back. Because if we cop a goal, then we're kind of ooh.
Yeah, it gets a bit dicey if we cop a goal. It to me, it's the first time. I know it's only been a couple of minutes in, but to me, it's the first time.
Jesus fuck, that's some gegenpress right there.
Yeah, they're
Look at the numbers they're throwing forward.
Yeah, well, we seem to be playing a little bit nervous. I think the first time this tournament, we seem to be playing a little bit nervous.
You know what I reckon it is? They like well, hang on. If they win, do they go through hypothetically?
I'm not sure. I think they've got to go for it.
Because I'm thinking like maybe because if they're not going to go through, they might just be thinking they may as well just like go for broke. If they're guaranteed to not make it, maybe that's what's going on. I don't know, but they're playing very, very attacking.
Yeah.
Maybe they feel like they need like a 3-0 win to go through, so that's why they're just gone for broke. I don't know. But yeah, that's something to look out for.
Oh
Yeah. So we got
it's probably easier to counterattack that way.
We've got Birchie here. Awesome Birch again. Wales to score 2, possibly. That'd be handy. He's got to get his finishing boots on, that's for sure, because he certainly he certainly missed a couple of golden opportunities.
I think I'm in front of you guys a bit, but
I'm 332.
Well, yeah, well, the it's pretty much been all Egypt at the moment.
Ooh,
They're looking really, really good. So I think we just need to get our foot on the ball, control it a bit, and
I need to calm myself. We look nervous out there.
yeah, I agree. They're playing absolutely nervous, I think.
that should have been a free kick.
it could be worse. They could have selected Mo Salah.
Yeah, well, that was
Ricky.
that was the first name I was looking for when I looked at their
I'm
list.
like, oh crap, Salah.
But I knew he didn't get in the squad.
Yeah.
So
You'd be surprised. A lot of teams haven't really gone for like sort of those high profile, like Spain did. Like Spain's best player. Oh no, they've selected some pretty. Like Argentina haven't selected any big names. I don't think Italy have.
yeah. So the
Spain have some young good players, but like no like sort of like the most experienced is Ceballos.
once again, here come Egypt.
So, yeah,
they're just peppering the goals. I feel like they've had about 4 or 5
Too
chances.
much pressure here. We're under way too much pressure. Brazil, they've selected some pretty high quality players for their Olympics team.
Yeah.
They got
Brazil,
Richarlison,
mate.
they got Richarlison, they got Dani Alves, they got a couple others. Like,
to me, I looked at Brazil and I think they're probably the team to beat. To be honest, their squad looks insane.
Yeah, they've stacked it. And they're definitely gone for it.
I know that Brendan, you're really big on Spain, but to me, Brazil look they look quality.
No, Brazil definitely probably they should win it. They should get the gold medal, but they always get the gold medal in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Is it bad to hope we come up against Brazil? I think it'd be a good. I know it's bad, but it'd be a good test for us.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. We'd get pumped 5-0, Josh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I
That's
wouldn't.
not a
Be,
test. That's a whitewash.
Like that old. It's like that old saying, all the old timers watch them, and that includes Faz. Or know this saying. Yeah, I'm kidding. Dad who's sitting here next to me used to say this all the time. It's like you improve playing people better than you.
Of course.
So although we probably get pumped 10-0 to Brazil, these young lads will learn something from that.
Well, first we're getting out of the group stage. Never mind getting a medal.
Yeah, no. Well, we had that chat when we spoke about not as Argentina have a little cross in outside the box, inside. Oh, good defense. We're defending really well. But we had that chat when Australia made the decision to not go to the Copa America. I mean, we had that chat. Was that the right decision for Australian football? I guess the time will tell. But the reality is, it would have been nice to come up against some real quality opposition. So,
Jesus, Rangers really setting up passes, isn't it?
We've got a good ball in here, and what have we got? Is it a corner to the Olyroos? Here we go. This is a chance. Let's throw Sutar up there. Let's throw Deng up there. Let's get it in. Really good challenge there, actually, from the Egyptian. I like that. It's a good start. So, just to everyone watching at the moment, please get your questions in. Bit light on the questions. We're always happy to have a chat about anything you want. So, get your questions in. And sorry.
Actually, I got one to bring up too.
Let's just wait for this corner, Josh, because I don't want to cut you off if we score.
I'm too far in front of you, so it's like.
Here we go. Oh, well, fair enough. Anyway, go for it.
So there's I think we can all agree Luke Shaw's world class at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. I saw this thing because so many people have been criticising the new deal of Ole Gunnar, and I'm not going to obviously give my opinion on it, but In terms of that, like you think of when Ollie took over, United was a club in turmoil, right? And now with De Gea was our only world-class player. Now you've got Shaw, Maguire, Varane, arguably Pogba, definitely Fernandes, Sancho, and arguably Cavani as well that can be considered world-class too. So he's turned it around. Luke's question: what's it like
Yep.
working with?
Gareth
I don't know.
Here we go.
I don't work with Brendan.
I think
I'm barely on here with Brendan, but when I work with him in futsal, yeah, great.
Yeah, what's it? He looks a ripper. Yeah, we love Brendan. He is a ripper. We love Brendan. Hey,
Jeez, what's 13 got beat way too easily there.
I'm not a ripper, but all right.
He's almost failed.
mate,
Jack the Ripper. I'll call him
you're a
Jack the Ripper.
legend, mate.
Nah.
You know what? I'm dead set, mate.
Ooh.
And this is a bit of Brendan time here, but at work, everyone always asks me, "Oh, how's Brendan? Tell me about Brendan. He seems like a great bloke." So yeah, I always talk about you, mate.
Oof. That was a bad foul. Surely gets carded for
We
that.
see the injury that Matt Ryan all had. I just saw he posted a photo on I think it was Instagram. He's
I
in
saw a
hospital
headline
and
about it.
he just had surgery for a twisted knee.
Oof.
Ooh.
I questioned that decision going to Villarreal or wherever Sociedad,
Nah, it's
wherever he
good.
went.
It's good.
No, he's not going to be number one there as it is. You know, like he was better off going to like Newcastle or West Ham or something that need a new keeper.
I
Did
agree,
anybody think that
but
was on
he'll
the
be
edge?
right there. As Egypt have a corner, I'll get to the question from Corey in a minute. We'll just check this Egyptian corner. 11 minutes gone. I don't know. This is they're looking good, Egypt. It could be a long, another 80 odd minutes, to be honest. As the corner comes in and good clearance there. So we've got here Corey again, one of our big fans. Harry Kane to miss the start of the season due to workload. Seems like he's trying to force his way out. I would too if I'd never won anything. London will always be red. Must be a bit of a typo there from Corey because I'm pretty sure London is claret and blue, but that's fine.
Yeah. Agreed.
Joking. But no, Harry Kane to miss the start of the season. Yeah, look, I mean that's an interesting story in itself. Look, if I had to guess, I'm not too sure Harry Kane will be pulling on a Tottenham shirt at the start of the season. That's just my thought. I think it'd take a hell of a lot to get him out, but yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think, Brendan?
For me, right.
I don't know. I hear rumors that Man City are like putting forward 160 million and this and that. Like it's just, it's only a matter of time. Like Harry Kane's made it more than obvious he wants out.
Yeah.
Man City have made it more than obvious they're interested in him. So why don't they just make the deal happen? Like.
Yeah, well, as we spoke about before with White, we've got the England tax. So whatever he's going to cost, you have to add a fair bit on there because he's English. So, but yeah, and I'll just bring that question up again. I do just wanted to point out again, I'm always happy to have a little bit of a clip at Tottenham. So I would too if I had never won anything. Any chance to clip Tottenham?
They're a joke.
Look, we don't want to make it the anti-Tottenham show because I know we've got some Tottenham fans, but they're shit.
They're a joke.
Look, our followers just dropped. Oh well, didn't want them anyway.
You pissed him off, fucking Faz. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, he's just stating facts.
For me, I feel like so. When I think of it, like I get he wants out, and it's the same thing. To be honest, like same thing with Paul Pogba. Like obviously, he hasn't actually said if he wants to go or not. It's his agent. He's a fucking idiot. But, we know everybody knows Harry Kane wants out. It's obvious, right? But for me, it's like Will Zaha. He's the ultimate professional. The guy's wanted out of Crystal Palace for about 12 years, and he constantly gets denied a move and continues to play because he's contracted. For me, I feel like Harry Kane, yes, you've done a lot for Tottenham, but Tottenham also basically gave you your career. They gave you your chance. They didn't give you your chance, you're stuffed. At least you're contracted. Play. If you're not going to get your move, don't just sit there and cry like a baby. Play, Like, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
If you weren't getting paid, fine.
At the end of the day, he's a captain of England too, so he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna kick up a hump. Yeah. So we just saw before that.
My question is, why are Tottenham holding him hostage?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Just
Probably
quickly,
because
do we
As well.
think
Like you say, no, we can make this argument. Don't be a baby. Play for the shirt. Blah blah blah. Why should he have to wear the shirt for a team that's holding him hostage and
He's
won't let him go
contracted.
when he clearly doesn't want to be there?
he's
But
contracted.
he wants out. He wants out of his contract, and they're holding him hostage.
Fine,
I think
but if he's going to sit out, don't expect to get paid. Is what I'm saying.
It's the great debate of if
he's
you
basically
don't
guaranteed
sign
that
the
money
contract, but yeah.
If he doesn't get
Look,
paid,
I think that's an interesting debate that we can have, because it's one of those ones. If you got a contract, you should. I'm always a belief you should maybe honor the contract, but I also agree if they're not giving him like what they promised him, saying, "Hey, sign the contract and we'll invest in the team, we'll do this, we'll do that," then yeah, he has every right. So we've got here another one from Mitch. Hey Faz, can I just get a bit of a shout out to a good friend of mine, the Dutch destroyer, Mark Den Houting, who is a first-time viewer tonight. Mark, Dutch destroyer, welcome.
Mark, welcome.
We welcome you to Football Matters. We hope you're like Mitch and become a big fan and a lifelong viewer. All right, well done. Thanks, Mitch, and thanks the Dutch destroyer, Mark. Got another one from a namesake, Brendan. So Brendan, hey lads, with the current structure of having 3 overage players, it would be funny to see an inclusion of an old retired player running around. Who would you love to see running around one more time for some of the countries represented? What a question.
They should make that a rule in the Olympics. I think you have to have a retired player. Xavi for Spain, Cahill or Viduka for Australia.
Yeah, you get a like a.
You know, it'd be funny to see R9 running around for Brazil.
Who? Sorry.
R9. Fat Ronaldo.
LA from Brazil.
Look, I think it's a great question because it gives us a chance to relive our childhood. For me, for the Socceroos, it's got to be Timmy Cahill. I'd love to see him going around one more time. But
Adam Johnson.
How about Boswell with his bad toupee?
Adam Johnson.
Nah, come on.
Yeah, Bosnich.
Yeah, Bosnich should be great.
Doing lines on the goalpost.
Anyone like Ronaldinho, things like that.
Ronaldinho's still got a bit, I watched that Barcelona game.
Nah, what a
class. Back fours.
Yeah, what about this one?
Everyone.
So Brendan replied to his own question. So for me, it has to be Ronaldinho dribbling whole teams fresh out of jail. I love that quality content. Well done. So we'll have a look. Another shout out. I'm always happy to give shout outs to people. Love you all. Shout out to my Mrs. Jode, please, Faz. She's a birthday girl. So Birchie, on behalf of myself and from Football Matters, we wish Jodes a very, very happy birthday. So we hope you have a wonderful day.
Birthday, yes.
And look after her, Birchie. All right, she's too good for you. All right. So the 18 minutes in, I feel like the Socceroos are settled a bit now. I feel like they're starting to play a little bit.
Passing isn't good, I guess, because of the wet surface, but our passing could use a lot of work.
We just don't seem to have that final product, that final through ball. So just going to scroll down. We got Nick. Nick, what's it like working with the Polish Hammer? Does he show glimpses of great Lewandowski at lunchtime soccer games in the yard? So Nick is referring to Luke Banialski, who come up before. Let's just say he's raw. He's got a lot of potential, young Luke. But if he listens to me and follows in my footsteps, I'm sure he'll have a wonderful career in his profession. So thanks, Nick, and well done, Luke. Scrolling down. We've got it from Des. Hey,
Facebook the other day. Reminded me a lot of Faz when it came up.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, shit, I dropped out.
Yeah. All right, so we got Des here. Hey guys, I'm here too. First time viewer. welcome, Des. Always happy for new viewers. Just mostly here for the support. Faz told me to watch. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks, Des. Love it. Always welcome aboard. Josh, you right, mate? Now you got it all sorted.
It's like kicking a ball through concrete.
It is. It's
like they're playing on wet cement. Look how slow the ball moves.
Yeah, it's an interesting. It's been a very sluggish game, and the other thing we've got to remember, this is their third game in a week, so the legs are obviously sluggish as well from the players.
We should have made more rotations in the second game because that team was basically identical to our team from the first game. And even this one, we've only made changes because of suspension. So Arnie's rotations haven't been that great, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. Does anyone speak Spanish?
I could use a Spanish translator on Google.
Yeah, give us a go. So I'm sorry, Myra. I'm not too sure what that says, but I'll leave it up. Jules will look it up for us. So Josh, welcome back, mate. You dropped out.
I can't even see what it is.
Yeah, I did. I saw this thing on Facebook the other day. As soon as I saw it, Faz came to mind. It was this guy put up a thing. He must be a teacher in England or something, and he's like, he's wearing loafers at halftime on yard duty, and the ball was coming, and everyone calls out "sir," and he just half volleys it from full field, top corner, and everyone's going wild. And the Year 11s give him a guard of honor at school, and Faz came straight to mind as soon as I seen that. It was just
wow, volley top corners. That's all Faz. So sorry, Myra. We'll get back to your question when we work out what it says. We'll translate it. But it's good to see Football Matters going global here. We've got another one for you here. Do you hear, Brendan? Question for my boy Brendan. Could you give?
That was a shit pass. Fucking hell.
Could you give my mate Froggy Wilson a shout? It's his birthday today. Give him a hip hip hooray, Brendan. Froggy.
Hip hip hooray, Froggy. It's good to have you viewing the stream, and I hope you had a great birthday as well and enjoy the match.
Hey, Brendan's loved, isn't he?
Love your style. He's what is he?
It's because you guys hype me up, man. I'm nothing special.
Yeah, it's his 27th, and
we've seen those goals you score at futsal.
Mate, yeah, I'm telling you,
have, but the world hasn't, mate. The world hasn't. So like,
I tell the stories enough, and I tell you, Froggy loves you, mate. It's his 27th, so happy birthday, Froggy Wilson, mate. Good stuff.
That meaning that Myra said in English, Google Translator, from Spanish, I put it in Spanish, says, listen because the game was delayed.
I have no idea.
I'm not too sure.
That means maybe she's listening to us because the game is delayed, and I don't know.
Or maybe she's telling us to listen because we're getting delayed as we've had some good chances here. The Socceroos, the Olyroos, sorry.
You're watching online. If you're watching this on Channel 7, it'd be further ahead.
That's why I'm on Channel 7. I'm ahead of you guys, so I got to try and celebrate if we score.
I'm watching this from my computer, so it's delayed by about a minute.
Well, the Olyroos have definitely settled. We've had a few good chances, a couple of good crosses in the box. Where
still fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's very sluggish. But 23, 24 minutes in, you got to be happy so far to be at 0-0. We've got a few interactions. We love when our fans interact with each other. So we've got Mark, who I believe is new to the show. So welcome, Mark. So Mitch once told me that if he trained with Messi from day one, he'd be just as good as him. Thoughts? Now I've seen Mitch's left boot, and I can categorically agree. Built differently, built very, very differently. But he would definitely be as good as Messi if he had half the chance. And Corey said he told me he'd be better. A couple of big left boots. We love Mitch's ability to at any sport really. So thanks. Well, I love that Mark, Corey, and Mitch are interacting. So keep it up, guys. As I think Metcalf's been an absolute boss in the midfield at the moment.
He always looks like fucking Troisi.
He does. I thought that before when I saw him, like a younger version of him.
Are they like the same nationality? What's Pierre's Greek?
I'm assuming they're Australian.
No, but like...
I know what you're saying. Yeah, probably.
I know that Troisi is half Greek, half Italian, and I think Pierre, based on his surname, might be Greek. They could be cousins.
Yeah. we'll get onto the topic of Connor Metcalf as Jules. You were quite you had a bit of praise for him with the passage of play that he did. How are we seeing him? His development.
He made a crappy pass that I criticised him for. When I said John Murray, I meant Metcalf, and then he outmuscled the player in the middle of the field. So he did one bad thing and then a good thing.
Yeah, I think my personal opinion is Metcalf. He has that. Metcalf has that body to be a Premier League footballer.
Pressing, fucking hell, they're not giving up.
Yeah,
they got a fucking engine, Egypt. Holy shit.
They do. Well, it'll be interesting to see if they can keep it up for the full 90 minutes. But I think D'Agostino needs to get involved a bit more. I mean, it's hard playing that up front.
We just need a playmaker to make something happen. Probably going to be Tilio.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Someone's going to bring the game to life.
He's been a bit unsighted.
Seems like Tilio hasn't been great so far, but he seems like he'll be that X factor when we need him.
Yeah, look, we're getting a bit of possession in our half, but I just wanted to go back to what I was saying about Connor Metcalf, and I think he has the body, I think, to be a Premier League footballer. Maybe not the ability, but he's certainly got that big body for a young man. He's well built. I don't think we'll be seeing him in the A-League much longer, personally. But I have loved his work this tournament. This one's an interesting one. Brendan, I reckon you'll be good at answering this one. From Corey. One for a bit of discussion. If you could choose one manager to take charge of the national side, who would it be? I'd love to see Ranieri take the reins. Man knows how to make the most out of average players. What a good call. That's a really good call in regards to Ranieri, as Socceroos headed over the bar. Good effort there. D'Agostino needs to keep that one down, I think. Good shout with Ranieri. He has got that ability to get the most out of average players. So, Brendan, what do you think? Who, if you could pick one manager to take charge of the national side?
That's a tough one.
Well, it's a hard one because you don't know a club manager versus a country manager.
Maybe Pochettino?
Yeah. Poch?
Yeah. Poch, yeah. I know he's a Tottenham coach, but he's still what he did to Tottenham. Basically, when they got rid of him, they crumbled. So tells you how vital he was to that team and the club.
True. Yeah, 100%. I got one for you, Josh. It's from Lachlan. Lachlan, I think this is the first time you've interacted, so welcome. Love your work, fellas. Joshy, can you give a cheeky shout out for my boy Tommy William? It's his 27th today.
I'll head up to D'Agostino.
Is this Froggy? Another birthday message. So Josh, you're up.
Happy birthday, old man, Tommy. Welcome to the show. Young boy, young fella. Older than 27. Younger than Faz, so that's good.
Oh, mate, everyone's younger than me. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Happy birthday, mate. Welcome to the show. I do have to say quickly too before we read that, I've just been looking at the page too. Thank you for everybody too over the last 2 days that has chucked the follow, but hit their follow button on our page. With we wouldn't obviously be able to really do this, or there'd be no point in doing this without any of you guys. We appreciate all of you and all the likes as well too. It doesn't really pop up for us who likes, so I'm trying to look on Facebook whenever it notifies me. I'll shout it out when I can, but
really appreciate it. At the end of the day, we're just a couple of boys, a couple of blokes just talking trash about football that we love, and if people get involved, it's just a bit of fun, a bit of banter. So we thank every one of you. There's been a Jules face reveal if we win. The problem is, Jules's camera's not working. So
if you want to see my face, look at the other streams.
I've always said if we should do a charity stream, like if we raise a certain amount of money for charity, Jules shaves his beard off.
Yeah, I do it for men's depression or something.
And Brendan goes bald.
I would not go bald. No way.
Fucking Brendan's look like a skinhead.
For charity,
if we ever hit 5 million, I'll go bald. Because I know what happened.
If we win a medal,
I'd dye my hair, but I wouldn't go bald. I'd shave.
If we win a medal,
okay. How about this? I'm for charity. Brendan dyes his hair.
If we win the medal, I'll dye my hair green.
Dye it blonde like Slim Shady.
Well, no. Hey, let's not stuff around here. but people who know me well is I don't talk rubbish. All right, when I say something, I'm going to do it. If we win a medal at this Olympics, I'll shave a mohawk and dye it green and gold. There we go.
Okay,
You
we're
mean the
holding you to
soccer?
that.
Yeah, we're not talking about
Oh
any
no,
other
yeah,
sport.
no, soccer, of course, mate, of course.
I
Yeah,
had to
all right.
clarify that. I reckon
Yeah,
you
on,
should
you
rock
would
up
have
to the
got
first.
Oh, we've
I
already
reckon you
won
should
gold
rock up to
medals.
cricket training in Australian bikini too.
I'll email my boss and just let him know. Yeah, I've been quietly impressed the
Oh,
last
I
10,
tell you,
15
boys,
minutes.
it's pretty
Yeah, we've
concerning.
grown. We've the nerves have settled. We're actually growing into the game, which is
There's
good to
still
see.
more on the attack though.
But
I just had a
Egypt
chat
are
with
still
my
on the
national
attack
team.
a lot. It's
Yeah, that opens it up though, and I think we'll have the likes of
Running
Tilio
now.
can run in
We're not
behind him.
altering the game plan. We're just more settled. We're just more calm.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But we're still playing that
Oh.
sort of defensive game we're playing against Spain.
I thought he broke his ankles then.
I've got a good question for everyone here.
Yep, go for it.
What about what's everyone's and everyone in the comments comment as well? If you, as far as you can think, your favorite Socceroos jersey, or kit. Mine was I forgot. I think it was the 2014 where Kale scored that volley.
Is
And they
that
had
this
the
one?
white socks and everything. You know,
I think that's this one.
I think it
Yeah.
is that one. Yeah, and they had the white socks and everything. That was mine.
Yeah, that
Or the
was a
one with
sick
My
the
kit.
favorite
stripe
kit
down the
was
side.
probably the 2010 World Cup.
06 was pretty good as
Yeah,
well with the circles.
Jules, that's a great shout. The 2010 World Cup, was that the one with the green across the top? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that was
It was
a sick
like a
kit.
bar of green and then like a little line and
Yeah.
then like yellow at the bottom.
Yeah, no, that was a sick kit. I loved that
I can
kit.
put a photo in the group chat probably half time. I'm not doing it now.
Yeah. So from Nick, any chance I could get my
Yeah,
Socceroos
nice
jersey
guys.
signed by the Football Matters crew? If you want it to be worthless, by all means, we can sign it. By all means,
Yeah.
always happy, always happy. Question for the boys: is this a bit of a change of topic? If you made a cricket team, where would Jules bat? Jules, you're a bit of a cricketer, mate.
I'm shit at cricket.
Hey, you can't ask Faz. You can't be any worse than me at batting.
What would I be best at? I probably good at fielding, I reckon. It's probably my best bet is probably fielding. I would be a good bowler or a good batter. I'd be a good fielder.
Oh, better late than never, mate. Get in the nets and give it a go.
I'm not really
Now, Lachlan.
I'm not even much of a cricket fan.
Now we've got Lachlan here. Spew kit for sure. I'm going to confess this is the first time for me. I'm not actually too sure what you mean by spew kits. If you can elaborate on that, maybe we can get onto that.
Let's get on the worst kit. I reckon this one's pretty bad.
Yeah, the full yellow, man, and it's a very yellow.
Since like 2014,
Actually, I gotta admit too,
had some terrible kits.
the kit the Socceroos were wearing in the Asian qualifiers, the away one is like kind of like aqua. That was disgusting.
Yeah. No, that was
who designed that thing?
Yeah, that was a crap kit.
Revolting.
But I think the thing, I mean, if you look at the one I'm wearing here, it's more of that goldy color. This yellow, canary yellow, mate, it's crap. I don't like it.
Yeah, the 06 one though. I like the Heritage 06 one.
Of the early 2000s Adidas Socceroos kits.
Yeah, beautiful.
What do we think of those? Were they good or bad? I didn't mind them.
They were good. I like those, yeah.
Anything Adidas I like. Nike Adidas, Asics kit. Yeah, it's too bright for me.
Victory's best kits have been under Adidas.
Yeah. West Ham's best kits were under Adidas too. Wow, I can't believe we spent all that time talking about kits. Any chance we could get a goal here, Olyroos? Seriously. I think they're doing
dominant goal scorer.
Yeah, I think they're doing all right. I think they
had Brendan up there, I reckon. What do you reckon?
No chances created. I'd still have 0 goals.
If we score the goal in the Olympics, I'd hear about till next year.
Just
You're not wrong.
go.
It's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's true.
We're just going to quickly go around the grounds. So I'm just getting it through here that it's still 0-0 in the Spain-Argentina game. So again, if the results stay like this, the Olyroos go through. Apologies, I keep calling them Socceroos, but yeah, the Olyroos will go through if results stay the same. So we'll keep a score check on the Spain-Argentina game.
There's one point I want to raise. Is it concerning that Argentina senior team won Copa America, but their under 23 team could potentially not make it out of the group stage of the Olympics? Does that not speak to kind of a problem with Argentina?
Mate, Argentina have two players in the senior team. But Argentina have only 2 good players in the team. That's Messi and Di Maria. Without those two, they're screwed. Like they're not winning a game.
They got Aguero and Dybala. What do you want about?
Dybala doesn't make the team because Messi doesn't like him. Messi has to like you for you to play for Argentina. That's the thing. They have literally De Paul, Di Maria, and Messi. Aguero's finished. Lautaro Martinez is the new striker for Argentina, and he's not that great. He's honestly he's okay. He's like Gabriel Jesus. He's that level, right? It's not nothing spectacular. But yeah, so without Messi and Di Maria, they struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, I think Egypt haven't made very many clear-cut chances at the moment. They're just getting like long distance headers.
Yeah, it's a lot of crosses in, but like nothing's really going anywhere.
Well, we're defending really well. There's no denying we're defending really well. Now, Josh, you consider yourself
that was shit.
You consider yourself quite the footballer, don't you, Josh? Aussie rules. Josh, you consider yourself quite the footballer?
Yeah, you dropped out.
Yeah, sorry. You consider yourself quite the footballer? Yeah. All right. So, So we've got here from Luke. If you were sitting at full forward, who out of the Football Matters team would you want coming at your feet? Maybe Brendo.
Well,
because he's
to start with, I don't drop a mark when I play full forward, so I don't need anyone. But yeah, probably Brendan because of his height. So he'd probably just soccer it off the ground. So
Mate,
but that's I'd have to drop a mark for that to happen.
Mm.
But yeah, Brendo probably.
So, Mitch, for me, that's a 99 Cricket World Cup kit. Get the Ollies in one of those bad boys. Yeah, that was a sexy kit. The Cricket World Cup, that was awesome. Now, actually, we've got Lachlan here who has confirmed, yes, the 93 Socceroos Spew kit. You are right. That was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, just look it up.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
it's this. It's kind of.
Yeah, that was a terrible kit.
Ugly like this.
Yeah.
It actually looks like a bus seat.
Well, funnily enough,
anyone hasn't seen it, I'll try and show it.
Funnily enough, it's the speaking of bad kits, anyone seen Tottenham's away kit that they've just released?
I'm not a fan of Chelsea's home kit for this season either. It's got a yellow stripe down the side. I'm like, why couldn't that be white? Like
they're getting too fancy with their kits. It's bullshit, mate. Just go back to traditional.
I saw one a few years ago. I actually packed it in FIFA too, and it was literally like the muscular system of a person on the shirt. So it looked like the muscles and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, this kit looks like someone finger painted on it.
It looks like the bus seat of a bus.
Someone's finger painted it.
It looks like kids dipped their hand in like fucking paint and just like smeared it all over the shirt. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's not great. Great shout out there, Lachlan. I think Lachlan wins the worst kit. Well done, mate. If I had a prize, I'd give it to you.
We don't have VAR in this tournament, do we?
Sorry, Josh?
Do we have VAR in this tournament?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, it is using VAR. This tournament does have VAR.
Oh, it does. I haven't seen it being used yet.
All the sports that have like review technology that's bringing like.
You're right, mate.
Tennis has the baseline technology as well.
Yeah. No, you're right because I was watching the hockey the other day and it paused
they do
paused about three or four times. It drove me insane, mate.
Yeah, they do that.
Absolutely
when they think like the balls come off like the foot or whatever, like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think pretty fun sport to watch.
Yeah. I think it'd be rude of us to not mention as well that the Boomers had a good win against Italy just before the Olyroos started. So come on, you Aussies, we're all excited for the.
Mention how crap Dante Exum is.
Who?
You can if you want.
Exum. He's crap.
You can mention it, whether or not.
Is Ben Simmons playing in the Olympics? He's not, is he?
Nah, mate. That's a touch. That's a touch. Dante Exum.
I haven't been that hyped on the Olympics this year.
Yeah.
He plays basketball.
Oh, basketball. Yeah, I don't know a basketball team that well.
Yeah. No. Well, look. This isn't the basketball matters.
He tries to play. He tries to play basketball.
Apologies for mentioning it, but yeah, I just wanted to shout out to the Boomers and obviously Yeah, and obviously to all our medal winners. Got Arnie Titmus as well. Some wonderful swims she's had. So go you Aussies. We want more medals, and hopefully we get one in the football as we come into the last 5 minutes.
In COVID times, we need to bring home gold.
Last thing I'll bring up about a different sport. Just if anyone watching feels useless, just remember the Olympics have lifeguards.
Yeah, the swimmers. Yeah, I
Professional
was just
swimmers,
a stats that just came across my desk. The Spain-Argentina game, the ball possession, Spain 78% ball possession. So
Yep.
still nil all in that game. So
I just need to get in these kids. Are they pulling him out of fucking just like backyards or something? They've been dreadful this tournament.
Yeah. I
swear they're hiring farmers to play in their own.
You get a chance, boys. I just shared those kid ever.
Yeah.
Who's this? Argentina?
The fuck looks like something Iron Man would wear. That is absolutely disgusting.
I don't know.
So coming into the last 4 or 5 minutes of the half, Brendan, what are your thoughts? Have you liked what you've seen, or a little bit of a nothing game?
The second half of the first half is better than the first half of the first half.
Bit, yeah.
The first 25, we were shaky, and now we've grown into the game a little bit. So
we've given away a soft corner.
Yep, that is a very poor corner to give away.
Very soft, but I think you're right. It has been a bit of a half of two halves, if that makes any sense. To me, I don't want to be a bore, but it feels like it's got a bit of a 0-0 written all over it at the moment. I don't think there's been any clear. Yeah, it is really starting to come down. I think it'll be more of a
goal coming off like a set piece for a penalty. There's no Tilio split.
No, there's no clear cut chances. I honestly think a goal will come from a mistake, if anything, as well.
In the rain, it could be like a sloppy back pass that gets turned over, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a sideways pass that gets stuck in the fucking wet grass.
Yeah. This is where we need players from Stoke City, man. They can do it in the rain.
This is a Fellaini game.
As cold rainy night in Stoke.
Cold rain. Here we go. What about this one? Would love to see a halftime FIFA match between Faz and Brando. We any sniff? Look, I'm gonna have to put my hand up. The fact that I've got young kids at home, my FIFA playing days are over. I haven't played PlayStation for donkeys, mate. Since my kids were born, I've been very rarely been able to turn the PlayStation on, and when I do, it's either "Daddy, we want you," or the missus says, "What are you doing playing PlayStation? The house needs cleaning or something." So yeah, sorry, Luke. I'd love to do it, but I'd get smashed because
I'd do it with Brendan, but I don't know how we'd stream it. So
if I'm not working, I'm bloody parenting. So, but thanks for the thoughts anyway, Luke.
Oh,
it's a wonderful through ball. Oh, just cut out. So I think, does it feel like we're starting to get a little bit on top in that midfield battle?
I think we're starting to control the midfield
ball.
Yeah, or it's 1-0. But 1-0. So Egypt have taken the lead. That's devastating for the Olyroos. So we'll watch it back. It's that's devastating. I can't put words to it. So that they've come through, absolutely smashed down that right side. We really miss Atkinson. Got around Sutar too easily. Just tap across the box.
What the fuck?
Yeah, just got around Sutar too easily. Put it across the box, and no one was covering the midfield. The player coming down, and it was just an easy tap in. Gee whiz, You talk about were we defending well? I mean that's late in the half.
Oh, Deng. Yeah, Deng's not a right back at all. Deng is not a right back.
That's poor.
Yeah, that's bad
Far
defending.
out.
I get Deng's not
That
a
is
right
horrible
back. And
defending.
just on that, everyone knows I love Tommy Deng, but you're a defender. It's not that much of a difference. Defend.
It is kind of a difference.
Too easy.
Yeah,
It's a big
this is the
difference. Yeah. Right backs
you
have to
know,
venture for
Fullbacks,
like
no,
forward
fullbacks are better than
nowadays. You
senior
can't just
padded
sit
like
back.
track back.
mate, this has really knocked the stuffing out of us just before half time. I'm flat as a tack. I don't even know what to say. All these negative thoughts coming through your head about what a waste of time that great performance of against Argentina. If we can't go on and win this game, I mean, what an opportunity blown. Far out. At halftime, we'll check the live table, see what this means for us. But
And the
shit,
thing is, like, we just couldn't get a point out of the first two games. How are they playing like this all of a sudden?
yeah, I don't know. As we've got a chance. See again that pass across from Genre. Yeah, I mean, I'm not here to hang players, but you got to get Genre off, mate. He's made mistake after mistake after mistake. That was a terrible pass across. We'll get. Can I get a halftime skull from Faz instead? Pure blonde. That is my style of beer. Halftime skull. I don't know. I've got work tomorrow, so I can't really have it on the live stream because I know my boss is watching. So yeah, unfortunately, I would love to, but yeah, maybe on the weekend. And drown the sorrows, lads. Couple of beers on the cards. Yeah, I agree. Lachlan, this is shit. I feel flat as. Look, there's still a half to go. The boys have just got to get in there, regroup. They got to come out. They got to come out attacking. We need a score, obviously. Hopefully, it opens up in this second half. But yeah, I'm pissed off to say the least. But we'll see. So half time, we'll check the other game. Half time, it's 0-0 in the other game. What that means for the table is if the results, can you believe this? If the results stay like this, we actually finish bottom of the group.
Jeez.
Far out, mate. We were bloody dancing in the streets against Argentina. Maybe it was just we drank our own bathwater and it really wasn't that great of a result. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no,
I mean,
Give me
Argentina
something.
still have a decent side.
Give me something, Brendan. Give me something.
It's not looking good, is it? This is where you need someone like Tim Cahill to come on and score a belter, right? But
Yeah.
he's no longer playing.
Yeah. Well, we got.
And we don't have that player anymore.
No, we've got. Yeah, Birchie. Before that goal, Aussies looked defensively sound, but we need more attack and attempts on goal. I couldn't agree more. We did look defensively sound, but in all sports, if you defend, you're always at risk of conceding. And I think I'm always of the belief the best defense is a good offense. So I agree. Come out and attack, put them on the back foot like they did to us. I mean, that first 15, 20 minutes, they had us on the back foot. They came out with a game plan, and yes, they got the goal at the end. So I'm gonna open up the chat here, whatever guys post things. I don't even know what to talk about it because I'm so flat. So yeah, open up, get in the chat if you're still watching, and talk about whatever you can bring up. It's Jules, how you feeling after seeing that?
Yeah, really let down. Especially given like just how we were never really in the game in the first half. I think it's a massive opportunity thrown away.
Yeah.
I mean, you're coming out of that Spain game thinking, we went 80 minutes not conceding a goal against a very well-oiled Spain team, and then, just a matter of getting a draw and we go through to the knockout stage, and then we throw this opportunity. And I haven't watched Egypt's first couple of games, but I'm just thinking, how have they barely gotten a result out of the first couple of games, and then this game they're just all over us?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe.
You even look in the later stage of the first half where it really seemed like we had sort of found a groove and were more sort of settled. Even then, Eagles were clearly on the front foot.
Yeah.
They were more. They would look more. They looked more certain of scoring than we ever did.
No, of course they did. Maybe that was their plan.
I don't know if they've adjusted to the. I don't know if they've adjusted to the rain better than we have. I don't know what it is.
Built the maybe they built themselves up for this game. So we've got Tarek, who's asked a question. Can we see live match by you guys? I'm not sure what you mean by that. As far as
I think he means I'm
you
streaming the game live.
Due to streaming, what is it? TV rights and all that. We actually can't stream the game live. So basically, the idea of this show would be if you were watching it, say on Channel 7, you didn't like the commentary and you prefer the rubbish we talk, then you have us on in the background or something.
He might not be Australian though. He might be foreign.
Yeah. I'm not too sure.
That name, like, he might live in Australia, he might live somewhere in the Middle East. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about Tarek. So let us know where you're from, mate. But we can't actually. We would have Channel 7 knocking on our doors with a big subpoena saying "See you in court" if we tried to stream it. So, but thanks for the suggestion, mate. Brendan, how you feeling, man? How you feeling? I'm flat as man.
We still defensively. I think this is one of the best Australian defenses I've seen since I can remember. Like, it reminds me of back like Lucas Neal times and whatnot. Where we were beating England 2-1 and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it's like we just lack that finisher, and I think that we didn't know how good of a player Tim Cahill was until we didn't have him. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like he's one of those players that like most people wouldn't consider him world class, but to an Australian, he's world class. Like, he is world class.
He is.
When he played,
if we could bring him out of retirement and still play him, we would. That's how 100%. Good he was.
No,
I think we missed that.
No, even when Cahill was playing, he was still carrying our entire team. Like, I noticed 5-6 years ago how important he was to the team because we were just bupkis without him.
Yeah, and I think, the point you raise as well. The point you raise as well is, should we have taken an actual striker? I know Duke is okay. Should we have taken a McLaren?
Yes, 100%.
No, I think if we brought McLaren, how we got the ball to him?
If we wanted someone young, it should have been Noah Botic.
I don't think the striker is the problem. We had no creativity. Like, how it's we haven't played that well.
I agree. And I think but if you think about
we had a shit first half.
Yeah, but if you think about our most successful Olympics run was in 2004, and our 3 overage players that Olympics were Craig Moore, a senior figure at centre back, John Aloisi and Tim Cahill, 2 attacking players. I think, maybe that was. I do think we're missing that something. We're missing that leadership in the front third for sure. I mean, Duke's good. Don't get me wrong, but
bring an overage player, bring a creator, not a finisher.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I feel like we should have bought Adam Rustic.
Yeah. So I got one here from Mitch, and this is a bit of a backhander to me. Guys, what's everyone's thoughts on people who get their initials embroidered on their boots? Bit of a flex, if you ask me. Big respect. So what do you guys think? Before I go into, what do you guys think of blokes who get their initials embroidered on their boots?
I didn't know that was a thing.
You don't know, like, when you're playing against them, you don't notice it. It's like something only they notice. You know what I mean? So it's just, why would you?
If you are good enough to play professional football, good on you. You can flex all you like, mate.
What if you played
if you're shit like Yaya Sonogo, then no, you don't deserve to.
What if you played semi-professional?
Yeah.
Depends. If you want to spend the money getting it done, fine.
What if you're from a boot sponsor?
Then good on you.
All right, so it's a bit of a story here, but I actually had, and I'm going to correct Mitch there. It wasn't my initials. I actually just had Faz embroidered on my old boots that I back when I used to be good instead of fat and old. But yes, I did have Faz embroidered on my boots. So thanks, Mitch. It was a bit of a flex, especially not that I scored many goals playing centre back, but when I did the little brush on the name, yeah, it was.
Oh, I had the same.
I was a bit of a tosser, put it that way. But
I had
big
matching
respect.
gloves, and matching boots, and both of them had the Australian flag with my last name on it.
Yeah.
But I was playing NPL at the time, so you know.
Yeah, it's thanks for bringing that up, Mitch. Really appreciate it. I'll bring him in. I'll bring him in and show you next time if you want. You can just have a little bit of a look at him. That's good. That's cheered me up a bit actually. I'm perked up a bit now. Thanks, Mitch. You've really livened it up here because I was feeling flat as, to be honest. And I guess you could say it was coming. I mean, we were defensively sound, like Birchie said before, but to be honest, it looked like only one team was going to score. Yeah.
I mean, you can't hold off a team like that forever, even if you are good defensively.
No, you're right. You're right. You can't, and
like at some point, you just got to keep them from even getting into your front third or your defensive third.
Yeah, and I think you raised a really good point, Jules, as well, which I agree with 100% when you said you'd have brought in, you would have taken a creative player rather than a finisher. I agree 100%.
Because there's a thing like with McLaren, like you can stick him up in the box, but unless he's like a Zlatan or a Suarez type of striker, he's not going to he's not guaranteed to get goals.
Yeah,
I'm just watching. Goals, like you're going to have to feed the ball to him, and he's not like a Suarez type of forward. So if anything, I just go to creator. But
yeah,
who are creative players? I don't know, but in the Socceroos, I actually don't know.
Yeah, exactly right. Just watching what Josh was doing, and honestly, I have no idea.
All my signed Tim Cahill balls up there. I got my signed Tim Cahill jersey, my signed Nathan Coe gloves, my signed Tim Cahill frame. I was trying to put it in the background, but it didn't work. So.
Mitch has got another question for the boys. I love this one. We'll go around the group, going with the boots. What's everyone's go-to goal celebration? I can picture Jules having a great one. So what's everyone's go-to? And I was just say, Brendan, I'm looking at you. Don't give me this rubbish.
I'll start this one.
Yeah,
so
go.
When we first started playing futsal, Brendan and I had one. I scored, and Brendan would polish me boot because I scored like 4 goals again. Now I play centre back or left back. I don't really score, but when I do, it's the Cavani.
Oh mate.
Yeah, I don't know. Brendan doesn't really have one. He's just like shocked that he scores. So.
Oh, what? I just put my arms out and like do a fist pump or like fist pump. Like that's it. I don't like to go crazy with celebrations. In fact, I've always wanted to do the Messi celebration where I point to the sky, but when you're in the moment, you don't think about it. That's why I'm amazed that some of these professionals like have the time to actually like when they've scored that they think they like know what the celebration they're going to do before they score.
What about the West Ham one when they did the band?
Yeah, I know. Like that was crazy. How'd you come up with that? Like honestly,
Jules, do you have a goal celebration that you'd go to if you scored or?
Like probably a machine gun. Like Batista.
Like that.
You probably get fined for that shit. I did have
I probably do what Batista did on the entrance ramp where the fireworks were off. I do something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my go-to goal celebration, and Mitch knows this as well, is the Kevin Nolan chicken dance. Straight past the opposition bench. I love doing that.
Robot.
Yeah, it was just a straight pass of it. But, MK, so Moose has come up. I remember Faz celebrating a goal and abusing the opposition, running around, giving a fist pump in the finger. Yes, I do remember that game. Yeah, I did. I do remember that game.
Was it the referee?
No. So a bit of a story. There's a bit of me time, but whatever. I'm hosting the show, so good. So I remember that game. Put it this way, the team we were a part of, I don't think, from memory, we weren't that great. And playing centre back, I didn't score often. And we had a corner and headed this great corner. It was actually at the disc. Those who don't know the disc, it's the synthetic pitches. And headed in and ran past and just straight past the opposition and gave him a bit of this. And not my proudest or finest moment, but it was a good goal nonetheless. So thanks for
Did you
bringing
get
that up.
sent
Moose.
off?
Nah, mate, please.
I had one
Please.
earlier in the year. Brendan will remember this. When Maradona died, I got a shirt made up saying, I forgot what it said, something in Spanish. Thank you, Diego, but in Spanish. I'll actually get it later on if someone reminds me. It's in my cupboard. And I scored, and I ran over and I held it up in the air. Do you remember that, Brendan?
Yeah.
In futsal? That was great. But being being a keeper, I used to celebrate penalty saves, and a striker tried to start me once because I celebrated in his face when I saved his penalty that was kicked straight at me.
I wore, it was the day when West Ham were playing in the playoff final against Blackpool in 2012, and I wore a West Ham shirt under my soccer shirt, and sitting next, just for good luck. And again, centre back, I hadn't scored a goal all that season, and one of the blokes said, "Oh, if you score, you've got to lift your shirt up." And lo and behold, I scored that game, and there's actually photos of me lifted it with a West Ham shirt underneath, got the yellow card. But yeah. Good times. Great memory. See, this is fantastic. Thanks to Mitch and Moose.
Yeah.
You've perked us up, man. I love it. I love it.
Talk on celebrations. That leads me to a point I've been thinking for a while. Like, I want to see what you boys think about it, and everyone in the chat. And then I have to go because my family's grinding my balls. But so on a leaving note from me, what is everyone in the chat and you three thoughts on? Like, I don't know, when someone dies, for example, and someone's doing a celebration, like, to attribute them, and they get yellow carded, like, we'll use the Brazilian team that crashed in the plane and died. Cavani had a shirt underneath that said, like, RIP, Chapacos, whatever they were, and got yellow carded for it. Like, for me, I think that's if it's to do with something that's happened, like, cut him some slack. But if it's just to be an asshole,
Yeah, it's an interesting talking point because there is the written rule, but I do know what you're saying.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a bit of a grey area. So as we're
because there's some things that are sort of open to interpretation with the taking the shirt off. That's actually by the law like a mandatory yellow card. And I guess the referees are thinking at the time, even if he's paying tribute to someone who's died, I have to follow the rules. Like maybe they could just rewrite the legislation, I guess.
So as we're about to start the second half, we've just seen a double change at halftime for the Olyroos. Arzani, who I'll put my hand up, I thought he was suspended for this game, so he's come on for Jean Rowe, who I thought I agree should have been taken off, and Bacchus has come on for Perez. Or they probably the opposite way, Arzani for Perez. So two good changes, I think. Arzani, if anyone can unlock this defense and do something special, it's I think it's Daniel Arzani. This could be his moment. Let's hope. Let's get him. I'm perked up a bit now. Let's get him. Let's go, boys.
Brendan, if we score, obviously I'm going, but I want to hear you from. I know we live about 30 k's from each other, so I want to hear you celebrating from here. Okay. Actually, I'm more likely to hear Faz. He's closer to me.
Yeah.
Boys, I have to go. I have to head off. The family's calling me. So it's been great. I'll definitely make sure I'm on for the full show on the next one. I'll make sure I put a schedule aside for that if I'm not working. Hopefully we win today, so there is another show. Yeah. Otherwise, definitely looking forward to the transfer show, which you guys can talk to about with everybody. I'll continue to watch. I'll catch you later.
And we'll have we'll obviously have the Premier Leagues. We'll be doing shows for the Premier League, so that'll be great for the early games. So
anyone's welcome to call in and take my spot too, by the way.
Yeah, looking at you, Mitch.
Adam.
So yeah, Perchy. All right, so see you, Josh. Have a good one, mate. So a minute in, Socceroos have clearly come out with a bit more intent.
Yep.
Clearly.
Go on, Arzani. Is that Arzani?
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Just lost his footing. Yeah. It's good. I really enjoyed that halftime chat. That was a bit of fun. Beats talking about that dismal last minute. That's for sure. So thanks to those who asked the questions, and remember the chat's still open. So anyone who wants to post a question, I have the general rule: every question gets on if it's appropriate, obviously. So what do we see from here, Brendan? What do you think needs to happen?
Well, if we score an early goal in the second half, then it'll be interesting to see how Egypt will react, because then they'd have to probably go for the game again.
Well,
But-
Egypt, I think, are relying. So Egypt win this, but I still think they'll need Spain to beat Argentina for them to get out of the group, or goal difference. I don't know. It's really bloody tight. I don't know that much. So, I mean, Jules, you looked at it before. Is that the case? Do you think, or?
So could you repeat that?
So I think if Egypt win this, I think they still are relying on a result like Spain beating Argentina in order for them to get.
So if they win, they'll be on 3 points. They would have to have Argentina lose, because Argentina is also on 3 points.
Yeah, that's what
So
I thought.
Argentina on a win and a loss.
Yeah, interesting.
Good ball.
Great ball. That's a great ball. We're in here. That's.
Shoot on your left, man.
No, that's amateurish.
Professional players not being able to shoot on both feet does my head in, like, honestly.
So Moose has just replied, I think we need to rely on the other game, as I can't see us beating Egypt tonight. I think that the issue is, if we lose this, we're gonna be behind Egypt. So I don't know how that's going to work. I think if we lose, we're out, no matter what happens in the other game. I'm not 100% sure on that. As Arzani gets in the corner, great save. So I'm not too sure about the logistics behind that. Let's just bloody score. If we can get 1-1, we'll go through. So thank and Moose again look really poor up front, not taking opportunity like Egypt. Yeah, spot on. We do look very poor up front. That passage of play there from King, he's got to shoot on his left. I don't know why he's trying to cut in. I just don't know what he's doing.
Because even if he shoots out the keeper and the keeper can't catch it, it spills it out to the middle.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Like, then there's a chance for a tap in. Like.
Yeah, it was a real amateurish play.
And there were other people in the box too, so like all he had to do was shoot on his left.
Yeah, real amateurish play in my opinion. As we come through now, we're out. We're certainly attacking more. We're getting balls in the box. That's a good ball. Finish it. That
should have hit it first time.
This is exactly what Moose was saying before. We're not taking opportunities. I'll bring that one back up again, Moose. Yeah, there we go. Not taking opportunity. What more do you want him to do? The ball's in the box. It's just bounced. Yeah. Nah, that. What's he doing? You do.
And it's wet too, so even if you hit it low, it's going to skim off the ground.
100%.
Goalkeepers hate low shots when they're wet. Just hit it downwards.
So Egypt are pushed back a bit now, but we're coming through. We're coming with a wave. It's a shocking ball.
Yeah, Daniel Arzani's not happy with him for that pass.
Well, why would you be? Was that Metcalf? I'm a big raps for him, but he needs to improve his passing if he wants to go next level. Yeah, but we're certainly coming with a wave, that's for sure. You have to say the changes from Graham Arnold have been positive at halftime.
I'm surprised Egypt is sitting back though. Are they? Hang on.
Yeah, so you think the change has been positive, Brendan?
Yeah, so far we've looked better this half.
Yeah, I think Arzani just changed
we started how Egypt started in the first half. In this half,
been
all over him. But it's just I don't know. We miss that finisher. We really do.
Yeah.
And that leadership in the front line, more so.
Yeah. No, I agree. Dare I say it, we're looking good defensively again, but I thought that in the first half. That Rails, I think he had his mistake had an issue with the goal against Spain, and I feel like he got caught out for the goal against Egypt. So a bit of a tough trot for the young fella. Hopefully he can learn from it and become better, but bit of a rough game also for him. As Egypt now got a bit of possession. To quote one of my favourite Simpsons lines, it's that fullback passes to centre, centre holds it, holds it, which is pretty much what Egypt are doing right now. They're pretty much soaking the pressure up, I think. The Olyroos really are looking to unlock it, and that's a dangerous crossing as Glover gets down and makes a good save.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it's still just Egypt on the front foot.
Why are you trying a long ball for, man? Got no tall players.
Good challenge there from Deng. We're out. That's a ball.
Azani, man,
He's
what
on
is
well,
that?
Bad final pass. These problems just manifest. These problems are from exist in the first half. Just this sloppy passing. You know, these issues go beyond, you know, your reliable striker. Like, your striker's not going to score goals if you're not passing well in the midfield.
No. Yeah, we're relying on a bit of luck. From Mitch, love the Simpsons chat from Faz. Definitely something that can help build this show to bigger and better things. Yeah, look, anyone who knows me well, there's always room for a Simpsons quote. More than happy to have it. Also, don't want to cross some legalities. Some legal issues with that either. So maybe keep them to a minimum, but I'm sure they don't mind. I'm sure. And just a reminder, we're more than happy to give shout outs, give birthday messages or whatever. We've done that tonight, so yeah, feel free to comment. We'll give plenty of shout outs. We love it. We love our fans. It's fantastic. Mohammed, Egypt versus Australia. Last update, please. So it's Egypt 1-0 in the 55th minute. Australia are really looking to press here, but Egypt holding firm. I feel like they've certainly soaked the pressure up, and probably looking now to solidify probably their lead. I think. Excuse me. They don't need to really go for it, Egypt, because I think they know Australia lack that final ball in the final third. So they're looking okay, Egypt.
Just for, to get into the knockout stage, I might be looking for like sort of a 2-3-0 win, so they'll probably still even push for a result.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll.
That's a chance.
Oh, that's a good shot.
So Australia just had a chance there. It was a good save. It's a good save. Either side of the keeper, and it would have been 1-1. No. So Australia are pushing now. Again, apologies to our international viewers. So Marco, I can't translate that. So I'm sorry. But I hope you're enjoying the stream and the watch. Yeah, I can try and translate it. Yeah, we'll get our foreign correspondent on that now to check the translation. We can hopefully answer it. So soccer is a poor turnover by Deng. Tries to win it back, and Egypt have it in the centre now. Passing about, they're really controlling the ball.
I think is he playing in midfield?
He is. It looks that way, yeah. But Egypt are just looking comfortable now when they get the ball. They're just holding on to it. I think they'll look to see out the game. So Marco, thanks to Josh who translated that. So Marco says, what are the scores at the moment? It's 1-0 to Egypt. Egypt are 1, Australia are 0. So thank you, Marco, for watching. But a bit of I'd like you to say where are you watching from? It'd be fantastic to hear where you're watching from. Thank you. Do you think, Brendan, we're going to rue that missed opportunity from Arzani?
There's still plenty of time, but probably.
So we got Marco's watching from Mexico, so that's fantastic. So we're in here we go. Cross in. Oh, that's a good cross in, but it's a save.
That passing's getting better.
Their passing's getting way better. It's a great save from the keeper.
Oh,
As Australia really pushing for that goal. It's still 1-0. Still Egypt 1, Australia 0. So Marco is watching from Mexico, which is really, really exciting. So shout out. We're in Australia here, so very nice to have some international viewers. Terrific. Thanks, Marco. Yeah, I agree. We love all our viewers. It's great to see that we were abroad as well. That, fantastic. So Marco and Mohammed, and I think it was Maya, Tarek, tell your friends, okay? Get on it, because we'd love to hear more from you. We'll get our translating up to scratch. All right, we'll make sure we get better at that. I got Tushar. Hi from India. Hello, Tushar. Hope you're well in India. Obviously, in the world, we're all going through some tough times. So look after yourself. I hope you're enjoying the Olympics too. Well done.
Should have kept going. Why did he slow down there? Like, he had the whole channel to run to. Maybe because he ran out of legs? I don't know.
So we got one from Musa. Easy save by the keeper. Telegraphed what he was going to do, as he should have taken the original shot, expecting the save to either fall for a corner or into the 6-yard area. Difficult save for a keeper. Yeah, you're right. I think we are being quite predictable. Australia's been quite predictable with their ball use. The keeper read it really well. But yeah, you just got to be a little bit less predictable. Make them really think. Second guess where the ball's going to go. So great shout there, Moose.
That's ball thing.
So just a score update. We're 60 minutes gone. It's still 1-0 Egypt, with a late goal in the first half, just pretty much on the 45th minute in the first half to take the 1-0 lead. Australia have probably had their best passages of play in this half. And I think they really should have taken their opportunity. I think that they're going to maybe rue that one, especially from that Azani one. With this half an hour to go, we see a change from Egypt. They're going to obviously solidify their midfield and defence.
Yeah, Egypt won't want to cough up this result either, especially since they dominated the first half.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm not really digging it right back personally.
Yeah, me neither. So he can't. Once again, the Egypt's defence held up real strong.
Yeah, they defended well, but that was not a good pass from the 17. I think that was Metcalf.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, so Moose again. I think Brendan said it before. Wet conditions, extra speed on the ball, and hard for the keeper to control where the ball ended up. Yeah, you're right, Brendan. Brendan, you said that before. Do you want to elaborate what you were saying? That low, hard shot in the wet.
Yeah, it's just the keepers hate it because it's unpredictable because it can either slow or skim. So it makes it like if a keeper dives, like pre-dives the shot and it slows down, they're screwed. And then if a keeper doesn't react fast enough and it skims, then it makes it harder.
Oh Jesus! Hitting behind too easily. That's horrible.
Longer grass fields, the ball tends to slow, but like synthetic and like shortcut grass, which is what this is, it's where it's
gonna. we just had there. So it was a brilliant through ball from Egypt. They come in and it's a wonderful Moose setup. A great save by Glover. Wonderful save off his knee. He shouldn't have to be saving that. The defense needs to do better. That's a wonderful save from Glover.
What was it? The left centre back, number 3. He was way too far ahead.
Yeah, Rails. That was
position.
Yeah, and I think he's been a bit of an issue this game, I feel. As Australia make another change, Wales is off for, I'm not too sure about this guy, Rick Bahaglu. Anyone familiar with him,
I'm not
Brendan?
familiar with him at all. That's the first I've heard of him.
All right, well, good luck to the lad. We wish him well, but just back to that save, wonderful save. Egypt really should be 2-0. That should be 2-0 in my opinion. So now both teams will probably be ruining missed opportunities as Australia get a free kick just outside the box. The left-hand side, just outside the box. So we'll see what they can do with it here. But do we agree that should have been 2-0?
Oh, yeah. Defending not good enough.
Yeah.
Wonderful save. Wonderful save from Tommy Glover. When
it's do or die, you can't be defending like that. No excuse.
No, you're right. And I've seen...
That's not even like taking a risk to sort of get a 1-1 draw. That's just like bad defending straight up. It's unexcusable.
Yeah. And I've seen Moose make a few saves like that in his day, so he'd have been happy with that.
I'll add the positive. A very good save from Glover. Very good.
Yeah, very good. All right, so Azani's got the free kick now. Left-hand side, just outside the box. So he looks like he's going to put it in right foot, so curling towards...
He'd be like an in-swing, probably?
Yeah, it's an in-swing.
Yeah,
he'll be an in-swing.
It's coming in. It's a high ball. It's a shocking free kick, really. It gave the keeper all the time. He just lobbed it up, and the keeper really, in dry conditions, probably could have grabbed it, but he went safe and punched it. Really wasted free kick from Azani there. Quite disappointing. Australia have the ball back now, back in their own half. Passing it across. They've really got to start pushing now. About 25 minutes to go. Still Egypt 1, Australia 0.
Yeah, I'm sensing we're going to start taking risks now at this point, I reckon.
It's going to start. Nah, for sure. For sure.
Like, one extra man forward, sort of thing.
Yep. Got the ball now, just outside the box. But again, Egypt's defense just too strong. Just too strong. Cough the ball up. They get it. Pass it out to safety. But it's quite different to the first half. It really does look like Australia are going to score, or they're going to make the best chance other than that one clear cut chance where Tommy Glover made a great save. We're coming out now. We just need one killer ball, I think. What is that?
Azani's been shit this tournament. Complete shit.
Yeah, Azani, that's flashy, that's selfish. So for those who didn't see it, from 50 yards out, Azani just has a ping and it would have hit a satellite. He missed it by that far. That was crap. So Josh has asked the question, do we think Arnold's regretting not taking more experienced players? Look, we spoke a little bit about this the last show. Depends what experienced players are available, really. I mean, if he said no to, say, taking Aaron Moy or whatever, and he was available, I don't know.
I actually think we can do more with what we have. We have should not be playing this badly. Like, who had a good game against Spain, against Egypt, we shouldn't be playing this badly.
Yeah, no, I agree. They should be doing better.
It's not an issue of selection because we've had two, like, even though we had a win and a loss, we've had two really good games to start the competition. This performance just isn't good enough with what we have. So I don't think it's a selection issue personally.
Yeah. And I think, I think the problem is the writing was on the wall early on in in the game. Egypt came out on fire. So we've got Aaron joining us for the first time. Thanks, Aaron. Really appreciate it. Unsure about Jay Rich coming on. Arnie has no plan B other than the long ball. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it's hard to know what his plan B would be with the players he has available to him on the bench. Basically, I think that's exactly right. I think going in
had been better, but it doesn't seem to be a real just hard set game plan. It just seems to be like go for broke.
Yeah, no, you're right. So I don't know what his plan B could possibly be. If you have any ideas, Aaron, let us know. We love talking tactics too.
He's done nothing.
This is interesting. This is interesting moves. Apparently, he rang around over 20 players, and they all said no. That wouldn't surprise me. This lots of different things. Don't underestimate the COVID situation as well. Maybe some players thought it might not have been safe.
Well. I think the last year, like COVID's really limited like availability, like not just for us, for all countries.
Yeah, so that's an interesting point in itself, and we raised it on the last show that maybe clubs are just not wanting to release their players so soon after a Euro or a Copa America. I don't know, but not that Australia were involved in that at all. But
especially when the domestic leagues are starting soon.
Yeah, well, exactly right. A couple of weeks,
more of our like the players who maybe want to take. A lot of them are playing competitions that will be starting around August, September.
Yeah,
like,
those Asian competitions.
But they starting competitions or even like the other like lower European leagues, they'll be starting like September, October at the latest.
Yeah, I like this suggestion from Josh. Chuck Sutar up front and play long ball football. Sam Allardyce style football.
That was a horrible pass. Whoever made that. 3.
Well, yeah, that's that Rolls again, mate. He's been trouble. So what do you think?
Fucked up.
Yeah, what do you think,
when he was
Brendan?
And then the pass.
Well, it was he should have got in front to stop the goal against Spain as well. What do you think, Brendan? Some Sam Allardyce style football?
I mean, eventually we're gonna have to, right? Because we're still chasing a goal. I don't see us winning this game though.
I could see us maybe getting a draw out of it, but winning it, I'm not too sure. So score checks the 70th minute.
Contingent on like a set piece. We're not getting it from open play the way we're playing.
No, I agree. Especially the way Arzani's
been a little better, but there's no final product. Look at that bad pass in the back half of the field. Who makes a pass like that?
Yeah, that's terrible. Egypt come forward and they've hit the crossbar. Egypt hit the crossbar, and the rebounding header. He's headed over.
That's twice in the second half we've gone close to going down 2-0.
It's a wonder. It could be 3-0 a wonderful shot. Hit the crossbar and headed over. That possibly could have been. Did Glover? No, Glover didn't get a hand on it. So Egypt hit the crossbar. So 20 minutes to go. Egypt won. Australia 0. Egypt have made the clear-cut chances. We're saying Australia's playing really attacking, getting a lot of the ball, but Egypt, they've made the better chances. They've hit the crossbar. Had a one-on-one.
That back end product.
Yeah, so they hit the crossbar. They had that chance where Tommy Glover saved. Egypt are looking good. So Aaron says probably the worst brand of football, the long ball. Arnie showing he's technically not capable. Yeah, being a West Ham fan and having Sam Allardyce as the manager for 6 seasons, I can categorically agree that long ball football is the worst brand of football.
It's a football that's played when you run out of when all else fails.
Yeah, and Arnie showing he's tactically not capable.
Kind of like it's your last sort of ditch style of football. I'm not really a fan of it.
Yeah, no, me neither. But Arnie showing he's tactically not capable. I mean, that was always the knock on him. I think going into the job. If Arbour, I'm thinking Josh means Arnold gets sacked. I think the 4 of us should put our hand up for the Roos job as co-coaches. Yeah, my patience would wear very thin, especially if Daniel Arzani did what he did and continues to do what he did. I don't know. I'd probably be on the news for abuse because that, to me, is unacceptable. At the national level, it's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
And same with that defending, Jules. At the national level, that defending prior to the Tommy Glover save, that's just not acceptable at professional football.
Oh, and also when we nearly gave away the goal the third time. Remember the back pass in the back half of the field? No, it was a forward pass from the back, but it got turned over, and then they almost scored. Remember that? It was like literally 2 minutes ago. Yeah. That's right. You're right. At national level, when it's do or die, you can't be doing shit like that.
No. All right. So score check. So Spain, lead Argentina with a 66-minute goal. They lead Argentina 1-0. So the table check, the live table, Spain and Egypt would go through to the next round if the scores stay the way they are. If Australia can get a goal, we will go through. So that's how tight it is. We've got Spain on 7 points.
It hasn't been
Egypt on 4, and Australia and Argentina both on 3.
Sort of this past group, has it?
No. So interesting there from Egypt's point of view. I'm fairly certain the word would have got down to them that Spain are leading, so they just got to hold on.
Which is why they're flopping like flies.
Yeah, exactly right. So through there, Azani. So Brendan, one for you. Does Azani give you Naboo at victory vibes?
Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because the reward of victory the second time was absolute shit.
Oh, he tried to do too much.
Not even that. He missed just basic opportunities, and he wasn't smart.
Yeah,
He
true.
literally, like, he'd have a player like sort of like containing him, and he'd kick it right into his feet. He'd just do shit like that, and not even like to force scoring. Like, he'd do it to shoot from like 30 yards out. He wouldn't think right. He's been much better at City, but victory, I don't know if it was like a mental thing, but his performances of victory were just so, knowing what he's capable of, they were just shit.
He's certainly been better at City,
yeah,
that's for sure.
Best of Adam in quite some time, actually. Probably dating back to his
So we've got Aaron again. I hope he proves me wrong, but Azani is trying to do too much. Yeah, I think he is trying to do a bit too much. He's quite
pulling over the bar.
He's quite flashy, but I agree with what Moose is saying here as well. I think Azani has been the greatest potential we've produced in a long time, and it's disappointing that he hasn't produced. I couldn't agree more. He was one of the greatest.
He's just been completely...
That dirty word, I hate it.
He's not living up to it.
Yeah, I hate that word potential, but he has. And look, he did have a serious injury. We'll give him that. And as Aaron said, I hope he proves me wrong, but it's like he thinks he's the only one who can do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like he doesn't trust anyone else. And as Aaron said, because he's arrogant and hasn't had the drive to succeed, possibly. I mean, he did get his big move to Manchester City, and then obviously loaned out. It's interesting. From Josh, do these Egyptian players know they aren't doing the swimming event, spending more time on the floor? Look, it's part of the game. Maybe part of the game we don't like, but if we were 1-0 up, I'd be hoping we'd be doing the same thing to try and protect the lead.
This reminds me of watching the Asian Cup. The Asian teams do the exact same thing.
Every team does it.
Every team does it.
Yeah, and
like especially knockout football, especially not so much like leagues, but knockout football. Yeah.
I know it's hard for you guys because you actually support good teams, but when with West Ham, when you're 1-0 up, mate, I'd be time wasting after 10 minutes if we were 1-0 up. So
yeah, because you really got to grind out the result, don't you?
Yeah. So it's this is a big result for Egypt if they can hold on. 15 minutes to go.
This was meant to be the easiest game in the group. Why has it turned out to be the hardest?
Because that's just what Australia do.
How do we beat Argentina 2-0 and then we lose to Egypt? Like, that's just so bizarre.
Maybe we got a little bit of a false economy thinking that Argentina were better than what they were.
No, Argentina are good. But the senior side's good.
Yeah, but the team we played the other night was not great.
I mentioned that before. The senior team won Copa America, but the under 23 team's playing like donkeys.
Yeah, well, they look like they're going to finish bottom of the group, so that's interesting in itself. But so about 14 minutes to go. Egypt 1, Australia 0. I think it's go time now. 15 minutes, you got to go for it. Risk losing 3 or 4-0 to try and get a draw because you just have to. Long throws aren't going to do it. This is not Rory Delap. So Moose, this is still on Azani. I mean, we could have our own show talking about Azani. I think he's a player that certainly divides opinions. But Moose, think he was given too much too soon. Why he gets loaned out every year, and if you compare him with other young talent who've been given an opportunity, it's embarrassing how arrogant and wasteful he has been of his opportunities. I couldn't agree more. I mean, he's been given the world. I mean, fancy getting to go to Manchester City. He's been given the world at his feet, and
He was
he
given
hasn't
it after
really.
half a good season at Manchester City, at Melbourne City, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. It was yeah.
Yeah, like it wasn't even like a full season. Like he got called up from the I think the academy or whatever halfway through the season. He had like probably 12 or 13 like really good games, and then based off that just really brief run of form, he was given a contract in Manchester City.
Yeah, it was.
Just the injuries. It's been given like this massive contract or this massive opportunity being loaned out by Manchester City after half a good season in a below average league.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's what Moose was alluding to with his comment, saying that, he's been given this opportunity, he just hasn't taken it. His arrogance or whatever it is hasn't allowed him to take it. So,
I think he was given it too soon. He was given it off of half a season.
So Aaron is singing from the same hymn book here. He doesn't want it enough. He's made enough money. He could probably retire now, just enjoying traveling the world and living in different countries. Well, you know what? And he wouldn't be the first player who's like that. I mean, the world is riddled. Yeah. The world is riddled with players like that, and each to their own, I guess.
Average and making tons of money.
Yeah, living the dream. So Egypt are making 2 changes now. Defensive changes with about 12 minutes to go. It's going to be hard to score from here, Brendan.
Yep.
We haven't looked like scoring at all in the first. I don't even see it happening. Like we have not even like.
We had that chance with Arzani.
We haven't gone within the ballpark of scoring like in 80 minutes. So I don't see it happening.
Big throw in. I don't know what they're doing with that. Well, it was with the long throws, yeah.
They don't work. You saw it in the Champions League final with Man City. They tried long throws against
throw it to someone short and cross it in. It's not that hard. Yeah.
I get the fucking Egypt to throw all the plays in the box. Bring a couple of plays forward. Draw some plays out of position. You know.
Yeah. Josh, players should feel privileged to play for their country at any level. I couldn't agree more. If you're representing your country, especially at the Olympic Games as well, any level, any sport, it should be a privilege to play for a wonderful country like Australia. As a long ball comes in and it nearly worked, as it just headed across the box and the keeper makes a really good save, gets up, another punch outside the box here, slides in. Oh, it's a wonderful save.
Ooh.
That was Azani as well, wasn't it?
Of all people, Azani did that. Fuck.
Far out. As Moose says, great save. Wow. The Egyptian keeper, what a strike. And the keeper gets his fingertips to it. That's a
very good. That's a world class save. What the Egyptian keeper
that is a world class save. That was the chance. That was the chance. It was the chance we needed. And as Moose said, and great time wasting. Much respect. I couldn't agree more. Good on him. But wow, can we talk about that shot and save for a moment? We spoke about Tommy Glover's save before being world class, but that was fantastic.
That was much better.
Yeah, much better. That the full length fingertips.
Yeah, that's
the best thing Azani's done all game.
It has, but this keeper's been really good in the air. I think. I'd love to hear Moose's comments, but I feel like this keeper, he's reading the ball well in the air. He's hitting it at its highest point with his punches. I feel like I know I'm not too sure about his career or how old he is. I'm assuming he's a young keeper. Maybe as he gets more experience, in drier games, he'd be grabbing those, but he's punching it at its highest point, and I think he has been a find for Egypt. He's certainly been a shining light for him. So good on him. Good on him. Australia have a corner now, so let's go. So come on, boys. Come on. The referee's not happy with something. We saw that red card in the first game. Zazani inside the box. Headed in. Oh, what a save from the keeper again. Mate.
Deciding now to start playing football? Fucking hell.
Yeah, here we go. Another great save. I agree, Aaron. Who headed it down? Is that Deng, the captain? It was on target. Monster save.
In the Premier League, that would have gone in.
Yeah, monster save from the keeper.
That would have beaten most.
Yeah,
100%.
Moose, this keeper's man of the match. Couldn't agree more. Moose. I want to know more about him. I'm going to look him up. and follow him because I think he's got a big future. This bloke, what a keeper. As Australia have another corner with 8 minutes to go. This is getting hot. Cross comes in, clearing header
Dangerous.
from.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good cross. Good cross.
Yellow card for kicking the ball away, please. Ref? No? Okay. Oh, I can't believe that none of them went in.
Yeah, mate. This keeper's he's good. As inside the box again, clearing kick from Egypt. It's going to be a pretty hot 7 minutes here from Australia. Azani crosses it in. The keeper again punches, but it's fallen behind.
Why would you
rubbish.
shoot that? You had someone
That's
back.
horrible.
That was
You had
that was
someone
crap.
back
Who
at the
was
end of the
it?
6 yard, at the end of the 12 yard.
Far out Metcalf. I love you, mate, but that was crap. They're not going to show the replay. I don't think this is a
That was
replay
a
of the
great header from Deng.
Tommy Deng header. But that was
today. Azani's been shit. Metcalf's been shit. Rouse has been shit.
yeah. Look, that was garbage from Metcalf. I'm sorry.
They could have
I
cut
don't
it
know why.
back.
I don't know why you're shooting from there. It's a simple cutback, and
Glover's probably been our best player.
far out. Yeah, Glover's been good. But the keeper, I mean, we've sung his praises, but he did make a little bit of a mistake there with the ball coming off his, sliding off his hands, falling out to Metcalf. But there's a rubbish finish from Metcalf. Absolute rubbish. As Egypt now, long ball come forward, but it's a bad header.
Should have headed back. Should have headed back.
Should have headed it back. Yeah, bad header.
Yeah.
Egypt now just outside the box. Pass in. It's a good cross in. Good clearing header. And we're at, what's happening here? We're out now. Handball, was it? Yeah.
He gave a handball.
Yeah. I'm just going to share this again from Moose, just because I don't think we spoke about it enough. But yes, this keeper is man of the match. Couldn't agree more. Unless something dramatic happens now. That's a great ball. That's
Pen?
ooh, nah.
Nah,
He went down too easy.
He went down like Mane.
Daggers-
That's not a penalty.
He did. That was quite soft. Here we go as Egypt come in, and it's dancing, and no, it's 2-0.
God, fucking Rouse again.
2-0. That was terrible. That was terrible.
Rouse has been bupkis this tournament.
So it's 2-0 to Egypt. Glover just cost us. He should have saved that. I agree. He should have saved it. However, I'll also say that Rouse just got absolutely 6s and 7s turned inside out. That hurts. It does hurt, Aaron. This is our Olympic campaign. The soccer Olympic campaign appears to be over. As mate, that Rouse, he's out of his depth. Glover, what did he saved it 2 straight. And a finish there, but I think the mistakes on Rouse. Then you can't just get turned to 6s and 7s like that in defence. It's not national level. It's not acceptable. I think he's out of his depth, and the Australian players they look broken. They look heartbroken. Aaron, offside question mark. They're just checking that now.
Still, even if it's offside, it's still not enough time now. It's wasted too much time.
Yeah. So they're just checking it now. The ref's checking for offside. The Australian players look dejected. Now we're not actually seeing the replays or anything.
He's given a goal.
Goal's been given.
The goal's been given. So our Olympic campaign has come to an end in dramatic fashion. How such a great start, beating Argentina, then come to this. But credit where credit's due. With 4 minutes to go, you've got to praise Egypt. They came here with a game plan, and they've absolutely monstered us.
Yeah, I want to get off the sort of the anti-Australia. I think Egypt have played very, very well today.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They ripped us apart in the first half. held it together in the second half when we were looking a little more dangerous, and then they got really close to scoring a couple of times and were saved by the crossbar and Clover's goalkeeping, and then the second goal. So yeah, very good performance from Egypt, I think.
Yeah, superb. And I think the issue as well,
because it was do or die for them as well. Because if they had
they
wouldn't get through. So given the circumstances, they played very, very well. So credit to them to get to the knockout stage.
And I just I think a few these young Socceroos will be ruining their matches. You talk about Jean Roux, you talk about Metcalf, Tilio. I mean, he was unsighted. Been unsighted. So
yeah, where was he today? Nowhere.
Yeah, so I think he's more of a super sub as Azani crosses it in, and it's a free kick. Arnold needs to go. Well, I mean that'll be a conversation for another time. I think we just got to lick our wounds and move on from here with the World Cup next year.
He did get us to the Olympics, which is something that not many.
Which is something we don't do.
So
Moose, think this highlights Australian football in all aspects. We turn up and play brilliantly against top-ranked sides, but we struggle against teams ranked similar to us. Moose, I mean, I don't want to go too in depth here or far out, but I don't think it's just Australian football. I think it's just Australians in general. I think we love being an underdog. Australians, it's what we do in all aspects sports. We love being underdogs. When it comes up to an unbeatable challenge, we'll always do our best. But as soon as it comes up to teams we should be beaten, we actually go to water. And like I said, I just don't think it's Australian football. I think it's just Australians in general. It's what we do. So yeah, which is fine. But yeah, I'm just a bit dejected at the moment. Aaron, we've looked slow since Jay Rich was brought on. I think he's had one touch. Yeah, he's been unsighted. I'd never even heard of the bloke before, and I don't think I'll be hearing of it. Yeah, I don't want to burn a kid, but I don't think we'll be hearing from him again. Yeah, I think that there's some performances here. We spoke about the Euro final with Saka. I think there's some performances here from the young Socceroos who are going to be in a similar boat as Saka. This could hurt them for a long time because they just haven't been up to standard. They just have not been up to national standard, and I think Graham Arnold, I think he's going to know this. That I mean, I don't want to oversell it or undersell it. I mean, these opportunities come around once every 4 years, and that's even if you don't get there. Like we don't get to Olympic Games, so the opportunity comes around even less, and we've blown it. We've actually blown it, and I feel shit. Yeah, and the whole country should feel.
Like I came into this just thinking, not getting as well, but play a good performance, grind out a draw, we go through, and then we just don't show up.
Yeah, so we're in the 90th minute now.
Side of the show's sort of like our mental, how much we like mentally, because it was a simple task of get a result, and even if Egypt play well. Get a result, get a draw, and you go through it turning up.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, the writing was on the wall in the opening 10 minutes.
But then the sport here.
Yeah, Egypt came with the game plan, and
those opening even 5 minutes, which is really concerning.
Yeah, but this is it's sad. I mean, I'm flat. I'm dejected. As a country, we should be dejected. This should hurt. As a country, we should be hurting because we had an opportunity. I mean, as football in this country, right? We need to get put on the stage. This was our opportunity. Everyone's talking about the boomers. Everyone's talking about the Hockeyroos. Everyone's talking about the swimmers. This was our chance. This was football, Australian football, to be put on the map for the world to see and for the people in our own country to see. And we've blown it. We've just blown that opportunity. And there's no other way of putting it. We want football to succeed in this country.
But
we just can't because we blow these opportunities time after time, and they just don't come around like that. It's not like we can do this again next year.
Yeah, it won't be until the next one, 2024.
Yeah. We've got a World Cup next year.
And we
But
were speaking in the previous stream about how much better football is looking in Australia because like the City Football Group and their like Melbourne City's academy system and how it's kind of filled the void that was left where we got rid of the AIS program. That's like when you look at how mentally lacking we are in this game, when it was as simple as get a result and go through. That's the sort of thing that a bunch of money can't really make up for, and that a really good developmental system can't really make up for, is that sort of mental ability to just get through an easy task and get a result.
Yeah, well, as Moose said, you were right. We love an underdog story.
Money can't fix. This goes deeper than that.
It does. This is a systematic problem in Australian football. We love an underdog story, but I think we need to play better opposition in lead up to major events. I couldn't agree more. We pulled out of the Copa America. We could have played Argentina. Like a full strength Argentina. Like, what the hell? I understand the COVID thing, but we pulled out of Copa America. How are we going to succeed on the world stage if we continue to pull out of these tournaments? It's ridiculous. How are we? How are we honestly?
That's more of a once in a lifetime chance than because like the Olympics shows every 4 years. This was something like it may not happen for another 20 or 30. Getting to play against major South American teams. Like
again,
Uruguay, Argentina, whoever else was in the group,
Moose talking about the map. Matildas aren't looking good for the World Cup in a few years in our own backyard. Both our football teams have looked flat. I couldn't agree more, mate. The Matildas, it's like the oldest squad they've ever had or something. So they're looking a bit flat too. Australian football, I don't want to oversell it.
We finished third in our group. If it wasn't for the fact that third place gets you 3, we wouldn't be in the knockout stage, the Matildas.
Yeah. Yep.
And their first win was against bloody New Zealand. Aren't even that good anyway. Like we beat Argentina first game. They beat New Zealand in their first game.
Well,
second game against Sweden, we were shit. But then Sweden were just. They also beat United States 3-0. I didn't watch the United States game.
So what does this mean for the Olyroos? Because we finished third, but I don't think we can get out of the group.
No. So with the men's tournament, it's only the top 2 go through in each.
I thought so. Yeah.
With the Matildas, because there's 3 groups, they allow third place teams to go through to make up the numbers.
Oh, another great save.
Yeah, another great save from the keeper again.
But no, I just technicality, but we'll probably drop out first round. Honestly.
Yeah. We've got a corner here, but there's. Yeah, and Josh, you're right. We pulled out of the Copa America to focus on the Asian Cup. Yet we played a B-side in every game. I couldn't agree more. The teams we were playing, like Chinese Taipei, all that, like we were playing B-sides in the Asian Cup. So why do we pull out of the Copa America? I just can't. Do we want to be on the world stage or not?
It shows the kind of monkeys that are running the game in this country.
Yeah, they're clowns, absolute clowns.
The absolute brain-dead nincompoops are making the important decisions.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I don't want to oversell it or undersell it. Okay, I want to sell this the perfect amount. Okay, Australian football is in a delicate position at the moment. It is on a knife edge. Okay, we know the AFL media, we know the rugby media. We are on a knife's edge. Okay, and it's opportunities like this that cannot be understated how important they are. Like I said, everyone's talking about the Boomers medal chances. Everyone's talking about Ash Barty, world #1 tennis. Everyone's talking about the Hockeyroos. Everyone's talking about our swimmers. Everyone's talking about these athletes that are doing our country proud, which we, as an Australian, we could not be prouder of them. Let me put that first and foremost. We could not be prouder of them. We needed to get Australian football spoken about. I'm so passionate about this. I'm so angry about this.
Well, there's a broader problem. Since probably after the 2010 World Cup, Australian football has basically been a meme. Like going into the 2014 World Cup, everyone was talking about, we're going to lose every game, and we ended up losing every game anyway. But
smash. Yeah.
Like when it comes to these like tournaments, when it's a Grand Slam, is Ash Barty going to win it? When it's the Olympics, it's the basketball and the hockey and blah blah blah. When it comes to Australian soccer, and it's been this way for just under a decade, it's just a laughing stock. It's they're going to lose 3-0 because they're playing actual good teams in their shit.
Yeah,
and that's an image you're not really buffing right now with performances like this.
Yeah, Aaron says it. The World Cup is crucial to Australian football. I couldn't agree more. Next year's World Cup is crucial for all the reasons we've just said and more. And I don't want to keep sounding.
It's going to be more average performances. Like, I'm not saying I'm not going to watch, but like it's just going to be more of the same old shit.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, I don't want to keep repeating myself. I don't want to sound like a broken record. And I don't know who's listening. I don't know whatever. But this is a dark day in Australian football. Mark my words. People say it's the Olympics and this is not a big thing for Australian football, but this is a dark day in Australian football. To start off so positively in the group, to be knocked out on the world stage, we're going to have to.
And we had one foot in the knockout stage as well, and we blew it. How
do you win 2-0 in the first game?
Going in, it was harder to get eliminated than to go to actually like retain qualification.
Spot on.
And we managed to get eliminated.
So that's full time. The whistle's just been blown. Egypt beat Australia 2-0. I'll just quickly get to Moose one here before I go through the table. Boomers play quality teams in the lead up. The Women's World Cup is the best opportunity Australia have to prove we can host a World Cup, considering our time zone doesn't match football. Largest audience. You're right. I think our hopes of hosting a men's World Cup is very slim because of that reason alone. But you're right. The Boomers, I mean, they played the USA and stuff in the build-up.
Japan hosted the World Cup in 2002, and they're in the same time zone we are.
Yeah. Well, but we're also.
I don't think the time zone thing's an issue. It's more like, I don't know.
Do they? Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's an interesting talking point at the moment. So full time. So Argentina scored in the 87th minute to draw 1-1 with Spain. So Spain and Argentina go through the next stage. So Egypt is they're celebrating like they've gone through, but they actually haven't gone through. Australia finished bottom of their group with 3 points. Look at them celebrating. They think they've gone through. The poor guy. Or maybe they probably celebrate because they've obviously won.
It's a win for pride. I'd still celebrate. I mean, it's good.
Oh, no, of course.
To close out the tournament when you know you have a slim chance. It's a good way to sort of end on a high note. We end on a shit note because we're shit.
Yeah. So Aaron says we need some of these younger players to get minutes in the qualification rounds and at the World Cup. We can't keep playing the journeyman. I couldn't agree more. We're in a bit of a rebuild phase, but last we'll just go one last comment from each of us before we sign off. So Jules, one last comment from you.
I have nothing. I've said everything I need to say.
Yeah. Brendan.
Yeah, it's poor, isn't it? It's just poor.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
So in closing, I just want to say thank you to all our fans who stuck with us and communicated over the last couple of games. It's been fantastic. We'll be back. Just one more question, Josh. Just Tommy Deng get into the World Cup squad? I don't know. I'm too flat to even think about it at the moment, to be honest. Possibly.
It probably does, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, he probably does. So anyway, I just want to say thanks to all our fans. We had some really good communication. Moose, thank you for the feed tonight. Much better than a 7 commentating. Thanks, mate. We really appreciate all the positive.
I cannot listen to 7 commentary with any sport. It's just shit.
Yeah, I agree. So we
commentary shit. The horse racing commentary shit.
Yeah, so we appreciate all the kind words. But I just want to leave on this closing point, just the one thing. If anyone from Football Australia or anyone gets hold of this, we are on a knife's edge. Australian football is on a knife's edge, and if we don't do something fast, we are going to be forgotten about, and all those memories from 2006 World Cup will be just that, memories, because it's now been 15 years since that World Cup, and we've done fuck all about it. All right. So we are on a knife's edge, and something has to change. And if it doesn't change,
it's out of the game.
Yeah, it's kaput.
It's kaput. I actually want to throw in sort of a last comment. Australian football needs to be run by football people, not by bureaucrats.
Yeah, you're right.
Bureaucrats for way too long. I think that's honestly the problem is who's running the game.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that another time. But I just need to get that last thing out there. All right, boys, we'll call it a night. We'll be back with Premier League previews, Premier League seasons, Premier League games. It's going to be exciting. Lick our wounds. We'll get over this. But the Premier League, I'm pumped. I think we're all pumped. So one last farewell. Jules, it's been a pleasure. Brendan, as always. And from me, Faz, Adios. Have a great night to our loyal fans.